From what I learned in the sessions, I agree to a certain growth potential. I agree that cautious proceedings should be advised. I do also see optimism, of course. I see huge numbers of aircraft that need to be replaced. I see certain growth. There is a future not only for the airlines but also for the lessors. There are threats, of course, which have to be taken into account and which will finally have an impact on lease rates. For me, if I may come back to the lease market, the most impressive is that in line with what we analyzed for several customers in the region, we are still too much fixating on hub structures. The last panelist mentioned that we have almost 90% of the traffic here going through a hub in Moscow and a hub in St. Pete. This will certainly change over time. There will be more point-to-point traffic, and I believe that there are aircraft in the market to serve this traffic, but I also believe that we should look into smaller capacity aircraft, meaning around 50 seats. Embraer was saying that we have the right equipment, but they were focusing on 100 seats up. So I believe we shall consider 50-seaters and maybe even less for point-to-point traffic. Well, I was quite impressed not only by the level of participants but also by the professionalism. Very skillful people, very smart answers. I was also impressed by the range of people we had. So it was the authorities, it was the airlines, it was the lessors, the insurers, consultants, of course. So that was a very good mix that was capable of answering almost all the questions that came up. Well, certainly more contribution to the local economy, meaning more business for them. I would say less risk. That is very important. I do understand that there are things going on with subsidies on one hand, with VAT on the other hand. All this is a certain uncertainty which they have to cope with, and I wish all this would be more clear than in the skies. Well, Lufthansa has been here even during the times of the Soviet Union. We have always contributed to the economy of the Russian Federation and the CIS. Lastly, we have opened an office here, which is now for almost 10 years. Russia is an important market for us, and whatever the times are they good? Then we help people to improve. Are they not so good? We help people to recover. So we have lots of interesting activities, projects here in the region, not only for airlines, also for airports. We do a lot of traffic studies to see where the passengers go. We help with the infrastructure. We work on airport restructuring, recovering from olden times to make them fit for Western style aircraft. So we have a huge range and are quite successful here. Thank you.